Okay, for this assignment, we're just going to use the first 20 slides. The ones that have the vocabulary on them, we're not going to go past slide 20. And what I would like here is for you to enhance this PowerPoint with something a little more than just vocabulary words in the notes and the picture that's from the Couchy comic. So for each slide, you're going to add at least one enhancement. You can add more if you like. Get creative. I'm going to drag my notes down so that I can see the whole slide better. And on this slide, let's say I'll do slide 3, okay? And you can copy this as practice, and so your slide 3 will be just like mine. And then you can add your own enhancements, either more to this one or just go on to slide 4 and do 4 through 20. So what I've got here are place names. I've got the fact that Samuel Champlain was born in Bruges in France. So I'm going to use Google Earth for that. I'm going to go back to Google Earth. And up here in the search bar, I'm going to put Bruges, France. And it's going to take me across the ocean. Whee! Now, when I typed in Bruges, I got Hier Bruges. So that's not exactly what I want. I'm going to go back up here and get rid of the word France and the comma and just search Bruges, because it's going to take me, should take me, maybe not. I happen to know that this is Bruges up here. I'm going to scroll in so you can see, there it is. Okay, so Bruges is a cool old village, and I'll tell you more about that in class. You can see the old star-shaped bastion here from being a fortified city. What I want is a picture of this so that you can see when you're in the PowerPoint what Bruges looks like. Okay, this is the Atlantic Ocean over here. There's all of France like that. And I know because I can click on my borders and labels are there. Hang on. If I scroll out, there we go. So I'm in that part of France now. Here's France right here. There's Paris up there. Here's where Bruges is. I'll click that again. So I might want to put a place marker so I can remember that that's where Bruges is. Let me go in closer. Get right in there, okay? And so I'll grab a place marker and I'll move it over onto Bruges, maybe just next to it, and I'll label it here. And you might find it useful to go ahead and find all the places you need and have them over in My Places and then do the images. It's up to you. All right, so then I need to go up here to this tool, and I didn't show you this one in the last video. Sorry, it's this one, Save Image. So I click Save Image, and what comes up next is a place for me to title it. So I can actually title my map. I'll click on that little edit thing, and it'll let me type in here. Come on. I'm going to call this one Bruges, France, birthplace of Champlain. Okay, and then click Save Image right there. And it's going to let me put it in my Documents folder. So I'm actually going to start a folder called Champlain Valley PowerPoint, and I'll put all my images in there, and I've already put a couple in there. Okay, now I can go back to my PowerPoint. And I'm ready to insert a couple slides. So I'm on slide 3. On the Home tab, I go to New Slide, and I always want Title and Content. That's the slide I want. Okay, up here, Bruges, France. I click this little bottom left one for Pictures, and I look for the folder in my Documents where I saved it, and I double click it. And it's going to add it to the slide. Okay, design ideas we do not need. Also on this slide, I happen to know that it mentions the Panama Canal because Champlain was one of the first ones to come up with the idea for the Panama Canal way back in the 1600s. So I'm going to insert another slide after Bruges down here. I can click down in that area, go to New Slide, Title and Content. And I'm going to put in Panama Canal. And down here, this bottom left one, Pictures. And I've already done that. I've already gone on Google Earth, put in Panama Canal up here, hit enter. Oh, I have to uncheck this. I have to get rid of this little, I X that there to get rid of it. Okay. Now looking at it this way, it's hard to tell what it is. So you can actually scroll out a little bit so you can see that it's just between the two Americas there if you want. Do the same thing, save image. Now there are other ways than save image to do it. If you want, you can use the snipping tool. Okay, I could use the snipping tool to make a picture of this if I want. So if you're more comfortable with that, that's fine. You can screenshot it, whatever you want to do. When you have it, sorry about that. I'm going to go back to my PowerPoint. Okay, so I'm inserting that on my Panama Canal slide. And now I have those. Now watch this. This is the enhancement part. On the slide where I got my place names, I'm just going to grab the slide I want and drag it and drop it over next to that. And I can move that over so it doesn't do the words. Same thing with the Panama Canal. I'm going to drag it and drop it over next to that. Now, during my slideshow, I'm going to be able to zoom into those things. So if I get a slideshow from current slide, this is what it looks like. And I have these little insets, and when I click them, it zooms in to show me Brouage. Isn't that cool? I click it again, and it zooms me over to show me the Panama Canal. And I click it, and it goes to the next one. I thought that's pretty cool. Now, you can do the same thing with websites or other photos. So if you're on a page, if you're on a slide, and you see something that you think needs something you don't have in Google Earth, it's not a place name, but maybe it's a person. Maybe I want to find a picture of Jacques Cartier. Maybe I want to do something with the cold or whatever's on that slide for my enhancement. I can look for a website, put it on a new slide, and then just drag it over and drop it so that it becomes an enhancement. Now, if you don't want that, you can just delete it. Okay, so when I go back to this one, let's say I decide I didn't want these after all, I could just click them and delete them. If I delete the slides over here, they'll become unusable. Let me show you what that looks like. So I've dragged it over here, and now let's say I get rid of this slide for some reason. When I go back to that one, now it's a broken link. See that? So you're going to do one. You don't have to do two. You can do whatever you like. Some people really will find this very interesting and easy and fun. You're going to do one enhancement for each slide. It can be anything you want, as long as it's something that makes the slide easier to understand. Okay? So what we're doing there is we're building links in our brain to this information. One thing I know is that when I saw people doing the vocabulary, I saw them just searching for the words and not really reading. So this time, it's worth your effort to go through and actually read what's on the slide so that you know what you're looking for and maybe what you want to enhance. Okay? You're going to do you're going to copy what I did for slide 3. So you're going to put Brouage and the Panama Canal on there for practice. And I'm going to do a little, there we go. So you just drag it and drop it like that. And I just learned that, by the way. I didn't know that. That's new. You're going to do at least one enhancement for each of the other slides, 6 through 20. Stop at slide 20. In fact, if you want to, is it 20 or 21? It's 20. Right? Oh, actually, it's 22 where the vocabulary words stop. So we're going to go up through slide 22. You can get rid of 23 through 65 if you want. You can click 23, scroll down, hold down Shift and click 65 and delete those slides if you want to. So you only go up to slide 22. Okay, don't forget to save. All right, that's it.